Hi guys, my name is Mahit Bamra and today I'm going to be talking about peer pressure in adolescence. So, to start, imagine you're walking in a room and someone stops you and asks you, hey, do you want a cigarette? Now, you not knowing the person whatsoever are kind of shocked by them asking you in the first place and you say, no, I don't want one, I'm okay, and you walk away. Say that the same situation happened, but rather you were at a party and your friends were asking you, hey, do you want a cigarette? Now, since the essence has changed, you feel more inclined to want to smoke because everyone's doing it and you're the only one not doing it. I know that's kind of cliche to say, but that's how people feel. Now, the main reason that kids from the age of 12 to 17 smoke, according to the Canadian Lung Association, is because one, they thought it was cool, and two, that their friends did it. And that's actual things that the kids said. In Illinois itself, it said that 50% of Chicago students have tried marijuana, the highest reason being that they knew that people did it. And that's according to the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority. What is peer pressure? Peer pressure is a direct influence on people by their peers who affect the individual by getting encouraged to follow their peers, by changing their attitudes, their values, their beliefs in order to conform to the people around them. I myself have seen a lot of people being peer pressured before, and I have been peer pressured in multiple accounts. Now, peer pressure affects children when it's coming from their close friends or family. The points I'm going to be making is it can alter your goals, it can have very long-term effects on you, as well as you can prevent it by having the proper skill set. So first I'm going to talk about how it can alter your goals. Kieran Banaz, in Social and Behavior Personality in 2012, stated that the academic self-efficacy expectations were higher in adolescents who were experiencing lower levels of peer pressure than in adolescents with moderate and high levels of academic self-efficacy. What that really means is people's self-efficacy was higher when their peer pressure was lower. Self-efficacy is another way of saying people's goals, people's self-esteem. So when people were not peer pressured, their goals were higher. They believed in themselves more as to those who were not. It also causes many behavioral issues. Ryan, in peer groups in 2000, stated that indirect methods of peer pressure lead to behavioral influences without the individual's full realization of having been influenced in the first place. So a lot of times people don't even know that they're being influenced, and they're being influenced for the worse. Interpersonal relationships also contribute significantly to physical and emotional health, states Essentials of Human Connection DeVito in 2017. That being said, by not knowing that you're being peer pressured, it can make you sadder, it can make a lot of different things happen to you, you can become depressed, and it can alter, like I said before, your self-esteem and your goals in life. Now, this leads to depression, anxiety, like I just said, and these goals can turn into long-term goals if not changed. So the long-term effects of having peer pressure among your close friends. Santor, by measuring peer pressure in 2000, states that social needs such as feelings of belonging, acceptance, attachment, intensify during adolescence and may increase the amount of control exerted by a peer group. That means that people feel like they need a sense of belonging. Everyone wants to be a part of something and be knit and close to each other. Now, this is a long-term effect because imagine not growing up with that, being bullied your whole life, being peer pressured your whole life. You don't have those skill sets that other people do, which leads to you not being as talkative when you grew up, you being more lonely. It also leads to you being the bully, you causing people to feel the way you felt because you don't know how to feel any other way. This also leads to principles of immediacy, and principles of immediacy is basically the creation of closeness, a sense of togetherness, of oneness between speaker and listener. And people respond to communication that's immediate more favorably than communication that's not. That's also from DeVito, Essentials of Human Connection, 2017. This basically states that, as I said before, people just feel like they need a sense of closeness, and they'd rather talk to people that are more immediate. So that ties back to the thesis of how people don't get along, or people get peer pressured more by their close friends and family. Now, imagine if you don't learn how to get over this. Now, there's ways to prevent the situation from occurring in the first place. Prevention. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the attraction theory. So there's 5 different components for the attraction theory: attractiveness, similarity, proximity, reinforcement, and reciprocity of liking. Now, since peer pressure closest affects you and by your close friends, I'm going to focus on similarity. You want to be friends, you pick your friends, by how similar they are to you, and your likes and dislikes and everything that equates you guys as being friendly to one another. Imagine your friends smoke, or they do drugs, or they do different things. Now, you feel a pressure on yourself to do those certain things because they do it. Rules of interpersonal relationships, such as managing conflict styles, which is also from DeVito, from the Humans of Essential Communication, state that you should know what your goals are in life, and you should know what your emotional state is, and you should be able to assess the situation. Now, peer pressure is more powerful when it's coming from your friends, as I've stated throughout this whole speech. It alters your goals, it changes your long-term effects, or your long-term happiness, sadness, based on how much you get peer pressured, and there's ways to prevent this. Learning those skills can help you fight the pressure. Looking at this right here, it kind of says, what kind of person are you? And it says to look at your friends, because your friends are a reflection of your own character. And I believe that to be true based on the law of attraction, based on the law of proximity of you wanting to be close to the people that you know. So next time that you're out looking for friends, you should choose friends that have the same values as you, so you end up not having to deal with peer pressure at all. Thank you.